All right, welcome back to It's Because It's Time for today's Three Stock, a special edition of Three Stock Lunch today. Here with our trades, Will McGuff, Director of Investments at Prime Capital Investment Advisors. We're going to talk to Will, then we're going to get Sarat in on it. First up, Will, welcome. Abbott Labs, lower today, the company being ordered to pay nearly $500 million following a baby formula verdict. Are you a buyer here, Will, or not?
Well, Tyler and Kelly, thanks for having me on. First off, I wouldn't be able to sound as smart as I do without our guys back in Overland Park, Kansas, providing me with the information. I'm a seller of Abbott here. These litigation issues tend to hang around. We saw it with J&J. We saw it with 3M. So it's best to search for other opportunities. We actually removed it from one of our portfolios a few weeks ago for some better options in the space. So I would definitely be a seller here as there's better options out there.
Sarat?
I agree. I think when you have an overhang with potential litigation down the road, the market doesn't give you any credit. You could have great earnings, you could have a great pipeline, but until you get that settled, now the interesting part is once it gets settled, the stock will pop. But that's a timing issue and it's very hard.
And hard to time that. You can't invest on that.
Almost impossible. So best to stay away and kind of come back on fundamentals.
All right, what about on semi? This is an interesting one. It's leading the S&P today, soaring after beating 2Q estimates on the top and bottom line, Will, but it's still in a declining revenue environment.
Yeah, you nailed it. So this one's going to be a hold for us. Everybody's searching for the next NVIDIA, scouring the semiconductors left and right. The problem with ON Semiconductors is their primary customers are electronic vehicles. Tesla, they announced a deal with Volkswagen. So you got to kind of keep an eye on this auto space, which has been getting hit lately, which is the reason I probably wouldn't buy it here. But if you own it, it's been up good. It's got a good technical pattern. It's 10x over 10 years. So I just kind of sit here and wait and hold it for now.
All right.
All right, finally, we got Proctor and Sarat, you got a thought here?
I would actually not own this. I think the negative fundamentals facing EVs and the slowing down, this is more like a short pop on this stock. So I would actually take some money.
You wonder with that kind of move today, yeah.
Let's move on to Proctor Gamble here, reporting earnings before the bell tomorrow. Will, your thoughts on P&G?
So Procter & Gamble is everywhere in your household. It's a company that's probably the most PG rated company out there. It's a great long-term holding. So I wouldn't really worry too much about earnings, given the fact that I take a very long-term view with this stock. But if you do want to look at earnings, the last 3 earnings announcements, it saw pops. So hopefully that trend's in play. But I just like Procter & Gamble as something to hold for retirement long-term and wouldn't really worry about earnings tomorrow.
Sarat?
If I owned it, I wouldn't sell it, but I wouldn't put new money in because I think we talked about it before. I'll be concerned about China and also their revenue growth. I think those are going to be 2 things they need to talk to, and you'll get an opportunity to buy it. You know, again, it's not going to run away from you, but you might get an opportunity to buy it lower.
All right, Sarat, thank you. Will, thank you. Will McGuff, Prime Capital Director of Investment.